Alright, I think I'm going to do a little overnight camp down by the lake this evening, and I'm going to do a hook to cook. So I'm taking my absolute cheapest kayak I've got and my absolute cheapest rod and reel from Walmart, little zip code 2020 I think is what it is. I'm going to take it down there and just camp out for the night, see if I can catch fish, grill it over a campfire, and see how things go. This is a really big black snake. No, Roxy. Generally, you can pick these up without them biting you. He's probably going to put out some musk here in a little bit, so I better go ahead and drop him. The black snakes are reasonably tame. He was going to be probably a little spazzy since I had dogs running around here, but if my dogs weren't right here beside me, I probably could have put him around my shoulders without any problem at all. But he's not going to put up with a whole lot of attention with these Rottweilers running around. You are definitely not getting in the tent with me tonight. Looks like I may have a fish. Little bitty fish. Little bitty crappie. I think I'm going to throw him back. He's a little small to be cooking, and I'm not starving. If I was starving, he would be on the menu, and so would that black snake that I had my hands on earlier. All right. Roxy's already setting guard. Now it's going to be a beautiful evening. Okay, I got me a bed of coals going. Went and picked up the trash off the beach. Got my chop block ready to go. Tent set up. Sun's about to set. And I'm going to go out here in the cove just a little ways and see if I can't catch some sand bass or crappie, something like that, to fillet up and put on the fire. So that's the game plan now. Finally, caught one little crappie. We'll go with it since it's a hook to cook episode. Alright, you're not going to be able to see this. Well, you can see the fire anyways. But what I've done is I've only caught one little sorry crappie. And so I put all my cards on the table and bet it all. I filleted that one little crappie up and made about 8 different pieces of bait. So instead of trying to eat the one little bitty crappie, I made 8 separate pieces of bait, and I've put a hook and sinker on my little rod and reel set up over here. So I'm going to see if I can't catch something a little bit bigger that I can put on that fire over there. Okay, I finally caught a catfish. Of course, now it's very dark and I can't even see to cook. So I'm going to wait till morning, and I guess I'll have breakfast fish tacos in the morning. The catfish, the one time I set the pole down in a rod holder, I walk off, and it was old PVC pipe rod holder on the back of this milk crate, and the fish snapped the security ties, just jerked the rod out of the rod holder, and kaplunk right into the lake. I just happened to wade out there a little ways and see the butt of the rod laying on the bottom. So I reached down and grabbed it, started reeling, thinking, well, that's done. And still had the fish on there, so I lucked out. And now the fish is sitting on the end of a stringer out in deeper water. Well, it rained last night. Wasn't supposed to, but it did. I had a beautiful bed of coals last night when I went to bed. About 1 o'clock it started raining. This is all I got left that's got any kind of hot coals to it, and everything's sopping wet. So I'm going to try to put a fire together. Yeah, I'll get there. Just going to take a little work. Okay, so I got that going. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start all over on making my bed of coals, but that'll give me time to break camp, get everything folded up. I'll have to dry it out later. And I still have my stringer out there on a stick with a catfish at the end of it. So we'll fillet him up here in a little bit. And I have some vegetables I'm going to cook also. So it looks like I will have a hot breakfast this morning. Okay, so I've got a pretty decent bed of coals going. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up some vegetables, because the vegetables is going to take a little bit longer to cook than anything else. Fish won't take long to cook at all. Had that sitting on the fire, so gotta be really careful with that. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is rake some of these hot coals down in that lower section. Okay, I've raked the coals off the bottom part of the fire down to the lower part of the fire pit. Just going to set these right over the top of it. Let it cook. And while those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and dispatch the catfish and fillet the catfish up. We have one very fresh catfish, so I'm going to fillet him up real quick. Some people cook the catfish on a campfire with the skin on. I thought about doing it, but if you leave the skin on, that prevents you from being able to cut the mud streak off of the fish. And I'm big on cutting that mud streak off. Really easy to fillet a catfish. Nothing to it. You just let that knife work its way right down the bones, right along the edge of the bones. Alright, here's one fillet. I'll take the skin off here in just a second. But you want to be able to bend it a little bit. All you gotta do is pin down one end of the fillet and hold that blade at about a roughly 20-degree angle, angling it towards the cutting board, and it will cut that skin right off of the fillet, just like that. Oh, this fish doesn't have hardly any mud streak at all. That's excellent. So that worked out really well. Looks like my vegetables are pretty much done. And now, time to throw some catfish fillets on there. gonna put the cooked vegetables down in my handy dandy little pot here, just for safekeeping, since I didn't bring any plates or anything. I'm gonna throw our fish fillets on here. And now I'm going to season these up with nothing really special. It's just going to be salt and pepper on there. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit of lime on there as it cooks. Just squeeze it on there. And I'll save the rest for when the fish is done. Alright, so I've raked the coals away that I used to cook the vegetables. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the other coals, the hot ones. And let that make short work of this fish. There we go, just like that. Alright, I've got it all seasoned up nice. There we go, yeah, that looks good. We'll let that set for about probably 7 to 10 minutes. Well, those fillets stick to this grill, and it will, given just not very much time. What I try to do is I try to slip in there and loosen it up before it's cooked all the way, because once it's cooked all the way, it's going to get real flaky and it'll fall apart on you. So if you're going to mess with it while it's still firm on one side. So I just slip that knife in there, cut it from the grate. Just spear it, flip it over. Just going to loosen that side. Oh yeah, just right. Alright, there's my vegetables. Chloe, stay away from that. Alright, so I've cleaned my chop block again. For some of you germaphobes, that may not work out so well for you, but I'm a country boy. It's not going to bother me a bit. Like I said, it's all scrubbed down, good and clean again. Now I'm going to chop it all up with the fish fillets, and I'm going to have some breakfast. Oh yeah, nice and moist. It's not too dry or anything. Just right. Take a couple of these flour tortillas and put them on the grate. Continue on with my chopping. Chloe, here's your. Here you go. One more. That's the last of it. Alright, we got our tortillas. Ooh, nice and hot. Chloe, no. Ooh, like really hot. These are going to be some jumbo fish tacos. No. No, that's good. Hope you enjoyed that episode of Hook to Cook. I'm going to finish eating these tacos in peace without you staring at me, and then I'm going to break camp, and then I'm going to head on back to the house. If you guys like the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And you guys have a great day, and until my next little adventure, stay safe and enjoy life.